That was some weekend. Hey, Lindsay, I don't have Mike Tyson's face tattoo, do I?
No.
Okay, good. Hi, everybody. As you noticed, I've done a few videos from Heroescon, and it was quite a weekend. Let me explain. Okay. Alright, I'm back. That's good. Well, Heroescon was interesting, I thought. Lindsay and I went Friday afternoon, and we had a little bit of a scare going there because my car is 10 years old and it's kind of getting up there. And here's the thing, I was worried about the tires being a problem. And when we were pulling up after 300 miles of driving with no problem, when we were pulling up to the hotel, the car started fluttering. And boy, that makes you just excited for the whole weekend, I gotta tell you. Well, suffice to say, we made it home just fine. The car was fluttering at every stoplight, but it made it home. And I gotta say, bravo, Toyota. Even when you're on your last legs, you're still pulling it out, so I'm proud of you. But hey, we're back, and we had a great weekend, I have to say. And I just want to share with you a few things I picked up at the show. Some of the stuff I haven't read yet, some of it I have. And let's just get to it. First off, I'm going to start off with not a book I bought. I bought this from Jay Potts, who created a webcomic. So therefore he didn't have any comics to sell. He's getting ready to print a hardcover of his first storyline. But he created this excellent series called World of Hurt, which he calls the, let's see, he calls it the internet's #1 blaxploitation webcomic. It is excellent. I read the first storyline this morning, actually, after I got up. And I'm actually going to do a review of it sometime this week, once I get a chance to sit down. But I bought this cool poster, which I think is going to be the cover for the first trade paperback of the series. Spoiler alert, I really like this a lot. But I'll talk about it later in a review. And I also thought that maybe after years of thinking about it, maybe this might be a time to pick up Invincible and check it out. I've always heard how great this series is, and we found this store that was at the show, and they were selling trade paperbacks, hardcovers for ridiculous prices. I mean, they're really, really cheap. I picked this up for like $6-7, which is normally like $12. Yeah, this is like $7 or something like that. And what did you get? You got something.
I got Kabuki Volume 1 and the first Hack Slash Omnibus.
That's right, that's right. How much did you get that Hack Slash, do you remember?
That was 12 and Kabuki was 6.
Man, that Hack Slash was thick, too. So I'm going to check this out. I haven't started reading it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And here's the thing. We love indie creators. I'm about to be an indie creator, so there's a little of that going on. But a lot of people walk by indie creators' tables, trying to get to the merchandisers or the big stars, and there is a lot of talent hanging out at these tables that you're walking by. So I highly recommend checking them out and supporting them if you like their work. There's some really great people there. Yeah, there's some people who aren't so great, but there's some that I think could be really big stars if if maybe some of the big 2, big 3, or big 4 pay attention to them. Here's a comics other people and what's his name, Gary Gunter. Gary Gunter, really nice guy. This is a horror comic with a few little stories inside. And I love the cover right here. And he was a really nice dude. There's a couple of guys doing this comic Fierce, which has a very 90s feel to it. And they're releasing them through Kablam here. That's a really good place to release indie comics. And let's see, haven't started this. They had, I think, the first 10 issues or something like that. They've done quite a bit of these. There was a couple artists here, I'll get to this in a minute. I'll get to the full books right now. And there's this book called Avast, which is terrific. I read this afternoon. Did you read your copy? We both bought a copy of this. We liked it so much. This is kind of a team effort. There's a whole bunch of writers and artists on this. The artist I met was Amelia. What's her last name? I'm not familiar with that last name pronunciation. Sorry, but she was really nice. It's a pirate story, and they've done. I think this is a one-shot, right, or something like that. Really terrific, and I'll even show it to you. It's Avast is the story is the curse of the sea hag, involving this this pearl that's supposed to grant its captain immortality, or does it? I don't know. And the art is just beautiful. Look at that monster there. I mean, that's right out of Adventure Time. And there's a little bit of that flavor. And I think these guys have done other comics, some kind of tribute to comics of the past days. There's like something called Young Savages and Real Kids, and this is their pirate book, Avast. Love this a lot. And this is a mini-series, I think it was, called The End. And, oh, look at this couple, it's so sweet. Oh no, the world's ending. It's essentially several stories involving these people 7 days before the end of the world, and they know it's going to be the end of the world. The art actually is pretty good, actually. The art goes back and forth. The creator of this book is Sean Murphy, and there's a couple different artists on this. There's like a little manga style. It depends on like the story actually, and then there's a more realistic, I think, style further back here. And there's also some little stuff here. This is another web comic by Sarah Dill, and it's Distillum, and this is a time travel thingy. And I like the looks of this so much, I bought it despite the fact that she told me she sold out of the first issue, and she almost kind of warned me not to get it because I wouldn't get it. It's like, you know, fuck that. I'm going to buy it anyway. It looked pretty sweet. And let's see. Yeah, I believe this is a webcomic. And I'll put the link up there too. And there's a couple artists that didn't really have books, but they had some examples of their work. Like Richard Cox here had this cool little thing here. And let's see. He had a great little gallery that he printed up, which is really cool. This guy's excellent, actually. I love that Catwoman. And he signed this and put Batgirl on the back, actually, in that little picture. It was cool. He left it blank, so when he would sign, you know, he could draw whatever he liked. And there's a few more things here too. Let's see. Sarah Beckon had this little, had these little tiny, you know, comics right here. This one's called Intimate Lecture, and you bought something else from her. It was a horror story or something much like this. And let's see. Does she have a link on here? I don't think she did. No, she didn't. And this thing called Sightings. This was actually a free piece from a whole bunch of artists that worked on here.
Those are artists from the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha. And I actually haven't looked through this yet. Let's see. And this is another webcomic that the artist came to the show, you know, with a little example of her work. This is Life with Death. And this is a little similar to, I guess, the Paul Dini comic where it's about Santa Claus's daughter. This is about Death's daughter. And she lives in hell. And, let's see. And it's called, and you can find it at lifewithdeath.com. Here, there you go. And there's a couple other pieces here from artists. This is a little tiny collection of girly drawings by Brad McGinty. And I think you can check him out at bradmcginty.com. And here's the cover right here. And there's a bunch of naughty stuff in here. What's the list? These aren't too naughty. But excellent work. And that's the thing. There's so much good work at these indie tables. And this is another pirate story. This is from Becca Hilburn. And this is another pirate thing. Pirates are still popular. I guess it doesn't matter if they were mocked in Scott Pilgrim. They're still very, very popular. Yeah, that's what's going on. I haven't read all these. I have only read a couple of these. I only read Vast and World of Hurt. I do recommend checking some of this stuff out. Because, you know, some of these guys could be big stars, rise up to the big ranks of DC and Marvel, and ruin your favorite characters. Haha. Anyway, that's what I got for Heroescon. It was a very enjoyable show. Had a lot of fun, and I want to do it next year. Although next year I think we'll rent a car. Push the button, Lindsay.